We are back on this boiler again today. I did shoot a video on this one 2 days ago where we had to come back and replace the TMP zone valve and an air vent. Right now I'm draining the boiler out. And we'll get these replaced. So let me get it drained out and then I'll shoot video of replacing this air vent and trying to get this TMP off, and I hope it comes off because it's rusted on there. So we'll do that, and I'll be right back to you. Okay, we did get the air vent put in here. All we did was took the old one out, put the new one in, or Teflon taped it, and put it right in the top here. You don't want to really wrench it down because you're going to have to change it out eventually again, and it'll seal if you just hand tighten it. So make sure that's open at the top. And we're going to try to get this TMP off. And it's pretty rusted on there, so. Ooh. And I'm taking the whole thing out, darn it. And it's not going to turn. Let me try to Great. Can't turn it because the pump's in the way. Well, they put these things in the weirdest spots. Every time. It's the second one this year haven't been able to get off at all. Last one I heated it up and TMP actually cracked. So let me get some heat on this and see if I can break it loose, or let me try to get this elbow off here and see if that works. That'll probably work better. Let me try to do that. Okay, I got a wrench on it, but I snapped the threads off right in the 90. So let's get this 90 out of here. See, snap the threads right off in the 90. Right there. And that went there. This is the second one this year I did this to. They're just rusted. Rusted. And we'll get some. I like using Teflon tape for service. Dope gets kind of messy. But Teflon tape does a really good job of sealing. I haven't had any problem with Teflon tape unless you get into scored threads or something like that. But for service, Teflon tape works wonders. Okay, now for a boiler. All boilers, residential wise, are a 30-pound set. Some of the large boilers I work on are a 50-pound set. That's what pressure, if the pressure gets beyond 30 psi, this will blow off. So I'll just get this on back on there. Obviously we're not going to shoot it down because we're going to shoot it off to the side. Even angle it down. I'll just keep it at a 90 right there. Yeah, I have to go one more time around on that, and it feels a little loose. Get the bigger chains on there. That'll work. Zone valve. We don't have to take the whole valve body out. You can just, some of them you have to take the whole valve body out. On these the older Honeywells, and you just can't take the tops off them and switch the tops out. So this one, you can just pop the top off the valve body, and slide the new one on. There we go. Unless this doesn't move freely, that's your little plunger ball in there. What we do here is just to take the new one off the valve body. And slide this one out. You gotta jiggle it around to get it seated in the valve. That moves freely. Alright, let me get the wires. I just gotta go wire for wire on this one. Let me get the wires hooked up, and we'll get water back on the system, and we'll bleed it out. And I'm hoping my TMP is not plugged up, because that will be a bummer. I don't want to change the TMP valve. I doubt if I'll be able to get the bottom open to check the screen, but And they did the bypass wrong. The bypass was supposed to be on the other side of the pressure relief, the PRV, not the TNP. It's the PRV, pressure reducing valve. So this bypass was supposed to be on the other side of that. I don't know why it's like this. Also, it's got a double pressure reducing valve on there. This is a reducing valve too. Kind of strange. So let me get this wired up and we'll get some video of filling back up and bleeding. Okay, what we're doing is I'm bleeding the system out now. I got this zone valve open. I got these closed. I've already bled. Well, this side's already bled out. I bled this out, so let me open this valve back up. Seeing if I'm getting heat back on this, and I'm not. So let me close this valve right here. So I'm blocking all my flow. My water's coming in up there, so I'm going to push water through the system. So I'm going to, right now I got this one closed, that one closed, that one closed, this zone valve open, and I'm just bleeding that line. So what I'll do is I'll open up my, and I can hear the water or the air come through right now. So it was airlocked. This packing's leaking. So I got the water draining out there. See, it's spitting. So I got air coming out. So we'll keep that going until that runs steady stream of water with no burping, air burping. So we're just bleeding out that one zone right here. This one. Still burping a little. So let's open it back up and see. We'll close this. And we'll open the return up. Some of the air will bleed out through the scoop. But now we'll see if we can get hot water back on this one. If I get hot water back, I know I'm good. Might have a little air in the system, but it'll bleed out through the air scoop. And just hold my hand on the pipe just to see if I can feel heat come back. It should take a little bit, and it seems like an upstairs one, but I can feel the pipe getting colder, so I know that actually I think I'm moving some water. I can hear air go through the zone valve, so there is a little air trapped in the system, but we'll see if I can get the air out of it. Let me do this. I got to do it to these three zones, so it's going to take me a little bit, but yeah, I'm starting to get warm water back. So I know that one's pretty bled out enough to where the system will actually bleed out through the zone valve, or not the zone valve, the air scoop. So that one's good. Let me get these other ones bled out and see if I get heat back on them. Now we're done bleeding it out. We had a few zones that were full of air. Right now I'm just making sure I got heat coming back on all my zones. I got the boiler up and running. I'm starting to get heat back. Might have to bleed it out a little more, but that kind of concludes this one. We did the TNP, the air vent, and what else we do? Oh, a zone valve. So got this thing up and running, so that kind of concludes this repair. This is you know, early season boiler repair. We got other issues going on here with leaking valves and such, but right now the customer can't afford to change the stuff out, so we'll most likely be back on this one, but until then, it's up and running. Alright, like and subscribe. Thanks a lot.